No, I can't hear the music. It's okay, Kath. Anyway, we're pretending like there's music going on.
Yeah.
All right, dude. That's a great song.
There's always music playing in my head.
Yeah.
There we go.
Side effect
Yeah.
of,
Okay, we'll kind of talk and pretend like music's happening, and let that satiate.
Satiate.
Okay.
That is your favorite word.
And then, yeah. Are we live and just talking to everybody? Okay, sweet. Okay, well, man, I love that track, dude. That's one of my favorites. Yeah.
I thought it was garbage.
Yeah, well, of course you did. All right, so as you can tell, we're a little challenged on the on the production side, but you're watching This Pink Cloud today, and I am DJ Kelly Reverb. That is the Professor Nolan over there.
Nolan. Hi, everybody.
Hey, don't forget in the mic, bud.
You know what?
Laid
Tell me
back.
what to do.
But
make my own
we are super excited to have actually girls in the studio, I think, right? But we have sitting with us today, we have the girls from the Phoenix, Dallas, and it would be Erin. Say hi, Erin.
Hi, guys.
And that also known as EWAC. Yeah, in the
EWAC?
circles.
I'm going to have to
And
learn
then-
about that. I
and-
don't know what that means.
And then we have the lovely and talented Marlo over here.
Yes, that doesn't have a cool nickname like EWAC, but
We'll give
We'll
you
go.
one.
Well, I'll come
maybe
up with
I'll
one.
have one by the end of this.
I-
but-
You could.
I think
possibly.
we can manage that.
Possibly. So, Kathy, you got that under control over there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
We're making it
It
work.
is? Okay.
I appreciate the effort.
Yeah. Well, so since we have them sitting with us, was there anything? Well, first off, I want to compliment you on the lovely shirt you're wearing.
Oh, you like this?
What does that shirt say on there?
Is it because you created it and stuff?
What does it say? Lone Star. Oh, that's cool. Where did you get that shirt?
From you?
Oh, no, from what website, buddy?
From it's on Kelly Reverb Collectibles.
No,
right?
DJKellyReverb.com. It's a website, dummy.
DJKellyReverb.com, and in the collectibles tab you find all kinds of goodies.
I can't.
And,
I can't work with these people.
You know what?
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, just a quick plug for the show, and then also a quick plug for our sponsor, Summer Sky.
Yeah.
Beautiful facility.
Summer Sky.
Beautiful
it's a
people.
treatment center out in Stephenville, Texas, run by Scott Kelly, who was actually the first guest on our very first episode. But
There we go.
very cool guy. Very very nice place.
Okay, we don't need his autobiography, bud.
Like I always say, about them, just full of people that care.
There you go.
That matters a lot.
And of course, you have the address memorized that they can contact them, right?
www.summersky.us
There we go.
is
Okay.
their webpage, and click on admissions. And if you need some help, they're good people to reach out to for that. So
There you have it. But I just kind of want to get to this because we've got dual stories going on here. We have, like I said, the ladies from the Phoenix.
Yep.
So I guess we'll just jump in and start asking them questions. They were actually professional enough to fill out the pre-interview form and print extra copies for the host of the show.
I feel like he didn't let you guys know that we don't do that. All the preparation and organization.
Right, yeah, this is highly organized for
Yeah.
us, yeah.
I
of
like to
course.
not prepare. That way, if I do pull it off, I feel like a genius about it.
Right.
And then if I don't, it's because I didn't prepare.
we don't even need to look at it.
There we go.
No, I'm just messing around.
But so I guess let's start off. Since I'm facing Marlo, I'll ask. We'll do cross-examination here.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we'll go that
Okay.
style. Let's go, Marlo. Let's start off with. Obviously, you had some addiction issues in the past, and what would your DOC have been?
Well, what wasn't it?
Okay.
Right.
A lot of alcohol and then prescription medication.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then should you go ahead and ask her the same
Well,
question?
yeah. I mean, let's just kind of riff. So, prescription medication specifically, what were the ones that caused you the most trouble?
Xanax was my biggest.
Little
Yeah.
benzodiazepine.
That's everybody's favorite these
Right.
days.
Yeah.
The old Xanax.
Sure.
Little Xanny blunts was
Yeah.
my.
The street
Crushed them up
Xanax,
and
or
put
was
them in
it was it
blocks.
prescribed or
Crushed
street?
it,
Or both?
Started out prescribed.
And then gradually got to some good high quality
Then,
street vendor.
Things shifted, so yeah.
Right?
Crushing
Okay.
them up and putting them in blunts. See, I never did that.
I didn't even
These
think that was a
kids.
thing.
Well, she is a younger age set
I
than
got
us,
sober
so-
too early. I missed out on all the good stuff.
creative humans. So
And then, Erin, same question. So, your addiction past, what were kind of your go-tos out there?
Yeah, it was mostly just alcohol in the end. A lot of that recreational stuff when I was younger, but
Sure.
I kind of called it before it became a problem.
Okay.
And then the alcohol really snuck up on me.
All right. And then, how long have each of you been sober?
About over a year, June 2019.
Nice.
Congratulations.
So,
since college, so I would say probably about 5.
Okay.
5, 6
Wow.
years.
Nice.
Yeah.
wow.
like
And we will not ask your age. We'll be nice. Well, you
20
you probably don't care.
I'm 25.
Yeah. These girls are too young.
Yeah,
to
right.
care
To
at this
even
point.
care. Yeah, it's once you reach that 40 benchmark that you stay at 39.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I was just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what, Erin? What sort of happened that persuaded you or made it an emergency to get sober? What pushed you in that direction?
Excuse me. Well, I just felt horrible
Yeah?
all the time. And then I was like, well, I'll stop. And I realized I could not.
Yeah.
So that was a scary experience. And then I just noticed a lot of these health problems developing along the way. Like my hands and feet began to get numb.
Oh,
and
that's always
tingly,
fun.
And I
Yeah.
started reading about these neurological problems.
Oh, of course,
And
you go on
I was
WebMD,
like,
of course,
Oh,
and
yeah.
and,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and self-diagnose yourself.
Of course,
Yeah.
exactly what I did.
Of course. I always recommend that. Yeah.
Yeah. But that was the big scary point, was when it started affecting my health.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then
yeah.
of course the typical, all of my passions and friendships started dropping off. And
How was
not even
your
nothing.
sleep schedule? I'm sure that was great, right?
That was so much fun. It was so much fun waking up at 3 a.m. in hot sweats and
Yeah.
Sweet.
shakes and stuff.
Well, that's
It
when
was
you
so
just
fun.
go to the freezer and get a little more
Yeah.
grandpa's cough medicine there. You know?
So so obviously some physical issues going on there. Talk a little bit, I guess, about mentally, emotionally, kind of what was going on. I mean, for me personally, like physical issues would come and go, and some were more serious than others, and they were certainly part of the motivation. But I think what wore me down was that emotional, that mental sort of,
Yeah.
torture.
I feel like probably for a lot of us, I started drinking because I thought it made me more fun and relaxed and pushed my anxiety and my depression and all that.
Anxiety and depression.
Oh, yeah. Pushed all that away. It made me like, this is what I need. Now my life is good.
Right.
Little did I know that it was going to make it a million times worse down the line. And
But it worked for a while, right?
it worked for a while.
Sure, of course.
I actually overdid it one night and had this insane panic attack the next day. Ended up going to the hospital, and they were basically like, "You're just withdrawing from alcohol. And
Right.
Yeah.
You just need to stop."
Now, how old were you when that happened?
Oh, gosh, 30.
Okay. Yeah.
I had similar anxiety issues as well, and I think it was brought on by the alcohol. But
Yeah.
then then you start righting the ship with the problem, and and then you just get into that vicious cycle.
That
So
spiral.
I can
Yeah.
totally relate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was reading, I don't know, I think last week sometime, and the author said, yeah, alcohol and drugs brought me nothing but pain, but they were the only thing that was relief from that pain. It's like,
True.
oh, yeah, I totally
That's
get
so
that.
true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Hold
And,
on, I'm still thinking about that.
yeah,
one,
that
man.
was deep.
That's deep.
That's all right.
That
That's
cuts deep right there.
And so,
Well, okay, so Marlo,
Yes.
let's hear about your addiction.
look, he's trying to.
That's my Larry King, by the way. That's my Larry King. If you know who Larry King is,
I
but
know, okay.
you might be too young.
I'm young, but I'm connected. guys.
Okay, cool.
Connected to Larry King.
I honestly never thought I was ever going to take a sip of alcohol.
Right.
growing up, didn't drink milk, coffee, juice. I was like strictly water. Didn't
Oh,
like,
wow.
I didn't like.
Okay.
I didn't like the taste of anything but water. So, high school, I wasn't one of those people that started drinking early.
Oh, wow.
Didn't drink at all in high school. Alcohol was always around.
Sure.
I come from a big Italian family.
Sure.
And
The vino.
Is, yes,
Right.
alcohol is everywhere. My mom doesn't really drink a lot, so I guess I just kind of always gravitated toward that. I was really driven by sports and academics in high school, so went to college, and I was that cliche free of mom and dad,
Yeah.
like
Cut it
went crazy.
Cut it
Sure.
Captain Morgan was the first alcohol. And,
The captain. You got introduced to the captain right away, huh?
Captain was
Hangover in a bottle.
and that became like just a daily thing. I remember I only lived on campus for one semester and I ended up moving off, but my roommates used to like, because I was drinking 7 days a week. Like I was a high.
So you just went from zero to this,
to
like
110,
overdrive?
right?
Wow.
How long do you think that process actually was from starting to drink in college to like it being a 7-day-a-week deal?
Not long.
A couple months maybe.
Not long. You know, and you just get put in that environment where it's normal to
Yep.
drink
Sure.
on a Monday, Tuesday,
Right.
Wednesday. They have a special occasion for
Yeah.
Oh,
everything,
yeah.
right?
It's go get the mail.
Yeah, it's Wacky Wednesday. Like something, everything has a day. So it just became normal. Like I distinctly remember, like my roommates would put a line on the handle of Captain and be like, "You can't drink past this point."
Oh, I thought you were saying like a line of blue,
No.
but I'm sure that it got involved in some
And
point.
but somehow, like I was just so high functioning. Like I would drink 7 days a week, and I still ended up with a 4.0 GPA.
Yeah, still
Nice.
So it
holding
was
it
just
together
like
in school and all that. Yeah.
didn't know how I was functioning, right?
Right.
And then I ended up moving off campus, but my big turning point was I got in a very toxic relationship early, abusive physically, sexually, emotionally, which then turned, alcohol went from being something fun to being a numbing.
Yeah. Medicine.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
why I said that thing touched
Yeah.
Yeah.
really near and dear, because I didn't know how to function sober anymore because I didn't want to feel anything, which is
Sure,
why I
yeah.
started moving toward the Xanax and smoking a lot of weed and hanging out with people I just shouldn't have.
Did
been
you
out.
have anxiety issues as well, or was it more depression?
A combo. I still have a lot of social anxiety.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a very extroverted person. I love people.
Sure.
I love talking. But before any time I do anything, I have to talk myself into getting out of the car. Or I was telling Aaron that the other day, every time before I teach an exercise class, I have to like pep talk myself.
Oh yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
Even though I love being on stage.
Sure,
like,
yeah.
I love it, but I still get a lot of social anxiety.
I gotcha.
So, and then doing that stuff sober is like.
Well, you're
lot
okay.
different.
We're your friends.
Yeah, I feel so safe and supported.
That voice is cracking me up.
Safe and
Well,
supportive.
you know, and that brings up a good point that I've kind of wanted to touch on for a few episodes, but just hadn't had the opportunity. So it's a weird. A lot of people when they get sober find a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression kind of creeps up. And I know me personally, yeah, you know, I medicate that stuff with alcohol and drugs. So there's a fine line between knowing the anxiety and the depression that comes from just getting sober and having drank a depressant every day for a decade or whatever. There's going to be some depression after that, and clinical depression. There's and it really is a fine line. I think there's a lot of folks in recovery that perhaps need some sort of medication that don't have it. And I think the flip side of that coin's true. There's a lot of folks that are on a medication that maybe
Don't
are
need
just
it.
dealing with the
Yeah.
normal anxiety and depression that come from getting sober.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where if that's a question for you, get some actual medical help.
Oh yeah. Well, and it sounds like that Marlo was
Yeah.
did the alcohol thing, and then she maybe I have a little anxiety if I take one of these, but then if I took 5 of them,
Well,
that would be great.
In the middle of addiction's a whole different deal.
Yeah.
That's just feeding the beast. you
Sure.
know?
I
But
think-
Right.
yeah, it's just one of those things, you know, get a doctor's advice and be honest with that doctor. That's
Sure.
a big thing too. I think a lot of us are not honest, like addicts and alcoholics,
Right.
are not honest with doctors.
Sure, of course.
But yeah,
Because they've never heard it before,
yeah,
right? Yeah. But what were you going to say?
I just don't think I was at that time. I wasn't honest with myself, and I wasn't honest with everybody in my circle about what I was going through.
So you were drinking in front of them, but then hiding the benzos?
Yeah,
or?
I mean, even my behavior, like waking up in a bush the next day, like on a Tuesday night.
Perfectly reasonable place to sleep.
My
Yes.
friends would be like, "You need to stop doing that," right? But I never saw it as like it was abnormal. Like I didn't look at myself like I had a problem.
Sure.
I never did. So I never thought that I needed help. The one thing I know is that I have addiction that runs like deep in my family.
Okay.
Both sides, mom and dad.
Oh, wow.
Lost several people. So I always knew what I didn't want to become. And I know my personality, it's very addictive, both with healthy things and not so healthy things.
Sure.
So I got to the point where I was just like, I have literally destroyed every relationship in my life, friends,
Yeah.
family. I've tainted everything. So I just was like, I need to make a change.
Yeah.
So I
Right.
didn't think I was so deep in my addiction that I needed to seek medical help. I was like, if I just buckle down and focus,
Yeah.
Right.
I can get out of this.
So you did it. You tried it on your own, and
did.
then let's go ahead and since we're talking to you, why don't you go ahead and tell us about like how you came to recovery and maybe if you had any relapse or anything like that.
So the big point for me was an attempted suicide.
Okay.
And that was kind of my breaking point.
Uh-huh.
I never worked a program. The only thing that kept me sober was the new people I surrounded myself with.
Okay.
Sure.
Yep.
I shifted the population of people I was around.
Okay.
Where that stuff wasn't as normal, and we started exercising and exerting our energy and frustrations and anxieties into throwing weight around.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And once we started doing that, that was the thing. Like, I couldn't be hungover to get up to go to the gym at 4 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
So
So it started to become like I had an excuse not to drink because
Okay.
I was like,
Right.
I'm getting up early, and
Sure.
I have people that are holding me accountable to being at the gym at this time.
Right.
And so I can't disappoint.
You got to
And,
choose one or the
and
other.
so
and
did
you
that
chose that.
was that effective for you? Just that simple, just those simple steps and
For me,
Yeah.
it was. I had issues going back because I wasn't out of my relationship.
Sure.
So I was out, but it wasn't out. I had to move apartments I couldn't escape the relationship that I was in, even when I cut ties.
Sure.
So
Mhm.
that was always like a taunting thing that made me always question, do I want to go back and feel numb? Do I want to do this? But I'm very goal driven, and
Sure.
I was raised a certain way. Like when I set a goal, like I have to achieve it. So
Sure.
once I had that in my mind that I wanted to live a different way, it worked for me. Now it doesn't work for a lot.
Oh yeah. A lot of people can't do it. Now, did you experience detox as well?
So
Going off that?
coming down off like the Xanax,
Uh-huh,
especially,
sure.
that was a struggle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But again, I'm gonna keep saying this. I never felt like I was addicted. It was a dependency. I was
Sure.
like, it was routine, like to get
Right.
up and.
Okay,
numb
so
and
we'll
stuff.
call it a routine dependency instead of an addiction.
Well,
I didn't see it. I never saw it as that. That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
No, I gotcha.
Which
Of course.
I still to this day have a hard time accepting that.
Right.
Because I never can say, like, I still probably wouldn't say that I was an addict or
well,
that I'm in recovery.
there might be some truth to that too.
Yeah.
You know, who knows? I know. You know, so if you're 25 now, so you're what, about 19, 20 when you?
1920, yeah.
Okay.
So I only
decided
drank
to
for
get
2
sober.
years.
Well,
But you
that's-
did it really well.
I went hard.
Yeah.
I went
That
hard.
happens.
I
That
went
happens.
hard.
That's a pretty common theme,
Yeah.
and oddly enough, with females, it's a common theme that it doesn't necessarily take that long to sort of cross over into that weird line of addiction. But,
Sure. Well, and then let's go ahead and ask you basically how your road or how you came to recovery and what level you were at.
Yeah,
and,
kind of same
know.
thing. Essentially, give us story time. Story time with Erin.
Well, I tried so many times. Like, literally would wake up that morning and be like, oh my God, why did I do this again? Never, ever drinking again. That night, right?
Yeah.
And that night, and I mean, it must have been hundreds of times, honestly.
Right.
And it was misery,
Yeah.
complete misery. And So I eventually called up a recovery center, and I was like, I need help. What do I do?
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, well, you have 3 days to get in here. And I was like, well, I can't. I have to work. I was a very high functioning
Yeah.
Right.
problem
You're
drinker.
busy.
I was busy. So
Did you drink at the job?
no.
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 What's wrong with you?
Like
What's wrong with you? Did no one tell you could do that?
no one told me I could do that.
Oh.
Yeah, I would. But a few hours before work would end, I would just be jonesing.
Oh, yeah.
And get that
The
bottle.
countdown.
I needed it. You
The
know?
countdown.
Yeah, the countdown.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then the weekends were just madness.
Debauchery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
debauchery.
Got to get it all in before Monday hits.
Yep. And so yeah, I'd called a recovery center, decided not to go, but that's like,
Kind of the turning point in
kind
your
of
head.
the turning point.
Yeah.
So I ended up finding this really amazing therapist who basically just slapped me upside the head and was like, "What's wrong with you?"
Cool.
So, and so with that and medication to help with cravings and withdrawal and everything.
And we can talk about that. What was the medication?
It was actually topiramate, which
Oh, I haven't heard of that one.
It's not.
Wait, hold on. Wait, this is a big moment. The professor does not know a prescription drug.
Professor.
All the
Stumped him.
all the medical. Well, for one, I'm a terrible prescription drug addict, so I gathered some knowledge
God.
there. But no, all of the medical stuff when it comes to addiction, alcoholism, really interests me, and I think we're starting to make some real breakthroughs there. So yeah, I haven't heard of that one.
It's actually was developed for seizures, I
Okay.
think, and then it's also used sometimes to treat bipolar disorder.
Okay.
Okay.
But for some reason, it helps with withdrawals and cravings as well. So
Wow, that's
yeah,
great.
I got on that, and that helped a lot. Let's see. So coinciding with that, like the beginning of my recovery, I took this week-long road trip just to get out of that,
Yeah.
space. 'Cause
Sure.
my big problem was drinking at home.
Yeah, because
alone.
you didn't necessarily
want-
have a toxic environment like people surrounding you. It was you.
It was all
It was
me.
you
I was
and your
like,
bad
I don't
self.
want to be around people. I want to go drink by myself.
Right.
And that was it. And so going home was not a good place for me to be.
Well, and I'm sure there
Yeah.
out there are a lot of Rona people doing that right
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
you
my
know, as we
goodness.
speak.
Yep.
I mean, countless. But go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. So I ended up taking a road trip with a girlfriend, and that's it helped a lot just to get away from it.
Where'd y'all go?
We went to Palo Duro, Santa Fe, and then Pagosa Springs.
All right, checking out some nature.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like it.
It was fun.
I want to go.
Let's do another one.
Phoenix event,
Yeah,
right?
let's make it
Okay.
happen.
And then I found the Phoenix.
Oh, wow, okay.
And really, like, as far as recovery communities, that's been it for me.
Yeah.
And I'm so lucky to be employed.
That is great. I mean, and neither of y'all. Okay, so do you hear that, people? You can actually get sober without going to rehab, and there are
yeah.
alternates to
Oh yeah.
12-step programs and stuff like that. But I
Well-
mean, I'm not. Whatever works
No,
for
yeah.
you, and I think the more you have in your arsenal to get sober,
Well, and
do whatever it takes.
And the longer we do this, we see a common theme, which is community.
Yeah,
Okay. You
for
both
sure.
touched on it. Getting around some new people with some new goals and some, and with
How did you
Phoenix-
hook up with the Phoenix group?
Yeah.
So I moved here from Boston about 2.5
And
years
they
ago.
actually have, real quick, the Phoenix is a nonprofit group nationwide, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And are they moving to Canada anytime soon? No?
Moving to Canada.
I had someone,
Taking over
I had
Canada?
someone ask me if we can bring it to Jamaica. So
Oh, there you go. I like it. Hey,
I'm trying to go to Jamaica.
I'll
next.
work that one. I'll
Yeah,
work
if
that.
you need
I'll work
some
that
people
spot.
to
Yeah.
Get in there
I'll go do a little rock climb there.
So
and set it all up. I'm willing.
But
to go down
so
there.
y'all are basically a nonprofit, and then y'all do sober events
Yes.
in essence, and then you also have a schedule here, if I can peek at that. But just tell them some of the fun stuff that y'all do.
we
Some of your
do-
more favorite.
Well, it's nice. We actually, since Erin and I are both here, we kind of split things. She's a little bit more of the outdoorsy one. I'm the
Fitness.
fitness person.
Okay.
So we do CrossFit, different HIIT classes, volleyball, kickball,
Rock climbing, kayaking, hiking.
Yeah.
you name it. We're probably doing it, or it's in our arsenal to start doing. So,
Sure.
Art nights,
Art nights.
walks.
Yeah.
It's accessible to everyone.
There you go.
So wait, so you can have fun without alcohol?
You
Heck
can have so much fun.
Heck yeah.
Way more fun.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
No, I'm
hard
just kidding.
concept.
Oh yeah.
That's a hard concept to grasp.
It
for a
really,
lot of
really
people.
was.
It is.
Yeah. It was just
It
like,
is.
oh yeah, this is gonna be lame. Everybody's sober, and I'm like, oh, actually, it's not.
I'm making light of it, but yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. When you know, I structured my whole life around alcohol. Everything I did involved alcohol. So
Uh-huh.
when you remove that, it's like, well, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I was afraid I wouldn't be a fun person anymore when
Yeah.
I stopped drinking. I was afraid that that's where my personality came from.
Despite the fact you were alone at home drinking
Oh,
all the time.
exactly.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Right.
Little did I know that once I came out the other side, I was actually that fun person. Even more so. No, I wasn't.
And you
know,
were actually
So cool.
somewhat
angry drunk.
articulate.
yeah.
So cool. Yeah, one of the best gifts of recovery is, finding out who you are, finding out.
Well,
who
and
you
I
are.
always hate it when people say, oh, yeah, well, it just gives me my edge, dude, and I don't feel like I have my edge if I don't drink.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, my edge is sharp. My edge game is sharp.
Your edge game is sharp.
That's right.
He's on a roll today. Yeah, I get the thinking. I
Yeah.
get the thinking. I
Sure.
had that thinking for a long time, but yeah.
Right.
So how did you find the Phoenix? I guess both of you. So how does someone find them? How did you guys
I
find
actually found them on a Facebook ad. Like
Okay.
an actual, I think it was a paid ad that
Nice.
just came up on my feed. And I was like, no way. Free?
There's
If
a
I'm
catch.
48
There's a catch.
I was like, there's something. But I was tempted. I clicked on it and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So I ended up going to my first event with a friend. It was led by Rita. It was a yoga class. And lo and behold, it's just normal people. They're not trying to sell me anything. This is for real.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. And then I immediately started volunteering almost.
Oh, wow.
So my first volunteer event was rock climbing. And so my big passion was rock climbing before.
Very cool.
Right.
And so, Phoenix gave that back to me.
Right.
Nice.
I was afraid that I had lost that forever.
Yeah.
But no, it's now part of my life again. Going to be a bigger part of my future, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
So I was at that volunteer event helping out, and then lo and behold, a year later, I'd be employed with the Phoenix, and I'm in the same gym, and a woman comes up to me crying because she sees our shirts, and it was just a very full circle moment, very, very special.
And she was crying because the Phoenix had
She
helped her?
realized-
And,
no,
or,
she was hopeful that
Oh.
she could find a community as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. So, yeah. And y'all also couple an event. We just had Kurt on the show with Skate Straight Dallas.
Yes.
Props. What's up?
Yes.
But, yeah, so we had him on last week, and y'all do something at 4 Down on Saturdays, which
Yeah.
I go to all the time, Nolan.
I got things to do. I have sponsorabilities.
Sponsorabilities.
No, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to go on the 18th. We
Okay.
talked about it. We'll see, but yeah, I need to get out there.
Okay.
And to some of these, I mean,
I mean, yeah, you can bring the old ball and chain out there.
the ball and chain out there.
And do some yoga.
Yeah.
Do some sober yoga and watch people skate, because I don't skate. I'm just like, Mr. Poser.
It's been 20 years since I was on a board. If I tried it, I think I would die immediately.
But if you were on LSD, dude, you could do the most ultimate ollie.
That's a different deal.
We talked about that on another episode of how he could do super feats of strength on LSD.
I still think that's true.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay, so on Facebook, also Facebook, where you found them, or where'd you find them?
No. So when I moved here, I had come with like the one goal in mind. Like I moved here with no plan, no job. I was like, I'm gonna move to Dallas, figure it out when I get there.
Why Dallas?
Coming from Boston, a very expensive. I had just finished school, and I was like, okay, you need to be making 6 figures to live.
Did you go to Harvard? You went to Boston, right? Or
Yeah, I did a master's. I did a master's.
did I scare you right there,
No,
Harvard?
I didn't. I don't usually tell many people that.
You did.
So.
Did you? Well,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
so I was right. And hold on, and you were drunk, and you had a 4.0 at Harvard.
Yeah, I did a master's at Harvard. I did a master's at
Just a
Harvard.
master's.
Hey,
Yeah, just a master's. No big deal.
Anyway,
Don't let the world fool
let's
you.
move on.
Alcoholics are
What was your master's in?
Let's-
Come on.
gifted people.
So I got my first master's in exercise science.
first
and a
master's.
second in psychology.
And psychology. Okay.
Anyway, past that.
Yeah.
I moved here with the plan of just like starting fresh in a good job market.
Uh-huh.
I had a lot of service industry background and personal training, so I was like, I can at least find a job there doing that to pay my bills and to like kind of find my calling. Which
Sure.
what I wanted was to build a sober community, my
Okay.
own, right? Didn't know there was anything that existed, right? So I kind of wanted to take what I did in college and develop it in a city. So ended up meeting some really cool mentors and potential investors, and they were like, hey, what do you need for money to kind of get this community off the ground? And then one day my mentor texted me and he sent me a link to the Phoenix, and he's like, this is doing exactly what
your
you
idea's
wanted.
already
Yeah.
done.
It's like, it's done and it's done very well. So
Right.
maybe you
Yeah.
should plug into what's already exists instead of
Yeah,
trying
sure.
to recreate the wheel, right?
Right.
So I had done some stalking, I would say, for a long time.
Observing.
little internet stalking.
Just kind of
Right.
soak in everything, especially listening to
Yeah.
our co-founder, Scott Strode. He is just, I mean, not our co-founder, our founder, Scott Strode, and his TED Talk, and he just moved me, right?
Okay.
And
Right.
I was like, I need to get into this community. COVID hit, and I was like, I'm just going to kind of watch from the sidelines. What do they do? How are they navigating COVID? And then I saw they had a job opening in Dallas, and I was like, great. I didn't know much about, like, I didn't have the experience that Erin had where I had gone to events and seen that there were volunteer opportunities. I really didn't know it was a volunteer-driven organization.
And real quick, I just want to get in that anybody can come to these events. Is there an age limit?
18 and up.
18 and up? Okay, but then there's no ceiling, right? So,
We would love to have some
We
people
can-
in their 80s.
okay, there you go. All right.
on.
And then also the only requirement is to be sober.
48 hours.
There we go.
So 2 days.
Yeah.
And that's just for medical reasons, I would assume, more than anything, seriously, you know.
I think it also allows it to be really inclusive to people in all stages of their recovery.
Exactly.
journey,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And just
So-
I love the accessibility of it, and that you can just kind of dip your big toe in it, just so to speak, without, meeting or whatever the other alternatives that are out there.
Exactly.
So,
And I'm looking at this list of whatever. You don't have to be a rock climber. I mean, there's everything on here. Some of them more relaxed, some of them more active and exercise. Some of them looks like just kind of hanging out, like music and art you were kind of talking about. So,
We just started a really cool one with Ninja Nation out in Murphy.
Ninja Nation.
So
Tell
if
us
you're-
about this.
This is a thing, and
So-
I don't know about it.
American
It's a
Ninja
thing.
Warrior. You heard of that?
yeah.
That's where you go to learn all about that.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
Do the old sidestep thing and the
The swinging
pull bar.
thing.
What's the? Yeah, I know all these technical
Those are
terms.
scientific
for it.
terms.
It's the
sidestep
thing where you're
thing
like
and the
doing a
pulley
chin
thing.
up and then you kind
You're
of click
popping.
onto
That's
the next
salmon
one.
Yeah.
ladder.
Oh,
salmon ladder. Yeah,
listen.
yeah.
Well,
Okay.
thank you, Professor.
Professor.
No problem.
Yeah, see why? See?
No problem.
There you go. Well, that's cool, and that's out in Murphy. And what days, time does that happen on?
We are doing that once a month right now.
Mm-hmm.
So guys, come out so we can do it more often.
And let's go ahead and see
And
where they can
girls.
find all this information real quick. What, Kath, I know you're challenged. No, not happening. Okay, so it will be in the comments. It will
It's in
be
the comments.
It will be in the comments. We will put a website up. But go ahead and just, do you already know the website? I'm sure.
Thephoenix.org.
Thephoenix.org. And then just probably scroll to Dallas, DFW.
Don't leave off the.
Oh,
And it
Yep.
pulls you right
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
yeah. Cool.
We do
Okay.
a lot of-
Phoenix, and remember that's PHOE.
Right.
Yeah.
Not like
Yeah.
El Phoenix.
Yeah.
The Phoenix. Like,
But
yeah.
also-
Like Harry Potter.
Yes. Also join our Facebook group. It's the Phoenix-Dallas.
DFW, we changed it.
Oh,
DFW.
Get some
nice
Fort
one.
Worth in
We
here.
can't
Y'all
forget
are-
about our
Yes.
Fort Worth
No.
peeps.
That was
Y'all are
that was well. Nolan is from Fort Worth,
Yeah.
so
Just
he
changed.
appreciates
Y'all
that.
are prejudiced against our
No.
small town
Not
life
at all.
over there in Fort Worth.
we just started kind of getting into Fort Worth, and our third in the trio of coordinators is Matt out in Fort Worth, and
Okay.
so he's done amazing work out there building that community. So
And he's, of
From the
course, we
ground
got to
up.
give the shout out to Steven Vega.
and Steve, shout out to Steve and Matt.
Yeah, now Steve is basically over the Dallas operations or over what?
All of it.
He's
All
over
of it.
yeah.
DFW.
Okay, cool. Right on. Hey, he's the guy to talk to about a job, Nolan.
What's like your average turnout at events like this? I mean, obviously it can vary. Some are probably more popular than others, and depending on the day and stuff. But
Say like on our smaller events, like around 8 to 10.
okay,
Yeah.
and then on the larger ones,
Well, we're capped at 15 right now for most of our events because of COVID, but some of
what's
our
this COVID thing you speak of?
Oh,
Coronavirus.
It sounds made up.
yeah, I made it up. It's fine.
Okay.
Well, but
Everything's cool.
yoga, I've seen it get, but it's outdoors. A lot of these
Yeah.
activities are outdoors, and people are
Yeah.
masking up,
People are
and
6 feet,
and
taking all
yeah,
those
yeah,
precautions,
and
yes.
social distancing.
Yeah,
Social
precautions are
distancing.
being taken, guys. Don't let that
Yes.
don't let that stop you.
That's
Right.
very important. That comes first and foremost. Is we
Sure.
want everyone to be safe.
Yeah, everyone-
while still having a good time and having that community. So
Sure.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, so Facebook's a good place. The website's another good place. What?
We have a meetup group. What was it? Sober Active DFW. That's
Mhm.
our meetup group. We also have an Instagram, Sober Active.
Instagram.
Yeah.
That's what
DFW.
all those kids are on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With their
All so basically all
Instagrams and
all
their
formats
Nintendos.
anybody can find you,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
All right. So let's see. What else do we need to talk about? I mean, is there like any?
Well,
Go ahead.
yeah, no, I mean, I just wanted to kind of, bring it back to that community thing. So,
Right.
I personally think that actually, I don't think I know it,
Mm-hmm.
that when people get together for that purpose of trying to get better, of trying to better themselves, trying to get and stay sober, I think there's a power in that.
Right.
And I think that, you touched on it a little bit about trying so many times, waking up and being like, I'm never going to drink again, and never last somewhere between 8 hours and 3 days.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that was about it.
Yeah. And, but once you started to get around other people, that changed, never got a little bit longer,
It was
and
very empowering.
yeah, and I think there's a power in that. I think that for me personally, I had to have something in sobriety to hold on to, to look forward to.
Sure.
And community for me, like
Well,
is a
I
big part of that.
actually look forward to the show now.
Yeah, this show.
Yeah, so.
Just events like this, you guys have found purpose in the Phoenix.
Yes.
When you were talking about that, getting rock climbing back. I mean, it touched me. That's what that's about. That's finding purpose. I don't think any of us are supposed to be drinking ourselves to death in a room alone.
Whenever I've been, just so y'all know,
there's
I've
another
been
plan.
I've been name dropping y'all all week. Oh yeah, I got EWAC coming on the show. Yeah, I got Marlo coming on the show. So yeah, whatever. Okay, cool. Yeah, tune in. Thispinkcloud.com. Yeah, cool.
gotta plug it when you can.
Yeah.
I think that is a good point. The community within the DFW area, but also just throughout the country.
Yeah.
Our virtual platform is something that has taken off since COVID, and it's cool. I mean, you sit there on a Zoom meeting, right, and you're there for a kickboxing class or something, right, and you have people from Boston, California, Las Vegas, and everyone's there still just trying to build that community.
Right.
So whether you're virtual or in person, you're still going to get that same level of connection and community and support, and it's bar none. It's exceptional.
And I mean, there is Phoenixes in pretty much every major city, right? And then, but y'all, it's funny because it's in every major city, but all the events are like
In the burbs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
That's
no,
where all
but
the nature
it's
is, man.
no, but it's really all over.
Yeah.
I mean, there is definitely. I mean, I saw one because I live by White Rock Lake, so y'all do something there. And I mean, they do a good job of canvassing the entire metroplex and suburbs.
In the suburbs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, oh shoot, I had it and then I lost it.
Me
Whatever it
all
was.
the time.
Whatever it was. Yeah, alcoholism addiction, it's everywhere.
Right.
It's rampant.
Sure.
Globally, but we'll talk about the state, nationwide, it's everywhere. And by that same token, recovery is everywhere. There are sober people trying to stay that way, trying to get something out of life, trying to find they're everywhere. We're everywhere. We're
Right.
coming for you.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, there's a lot of I know that's a big fear for a lot of people. It's
Right.
like, okay, I'm gonna have to
Should we get the close up on Nolan here?
zoom
The
in.
big.
No.
I
No,
know.
that's a
I know.
big-
Hey,
that's a
girl.
big fear
Hey,
of-
no, here it is. Hey, girl. I know there's a big fear out there for you. Getting sober's scary. It can be real scary.
No, it's a big fear.
Wow.
It's a big fear that you're going to lose all your friends, that you're not going to have
Yeah.
anything to do, that whatever, that your whole life has to change. And yeah, certainly some changes probably got to be made.
Sure.
But there's a lot of people making those changes along with you, trying to have fun with it.
Yeah,
And,
of course.
Yeah, it's huge.
I was
It's
at Kurt's house last night, and like it's like 9:00, and he's got to get up early because he works at the recovery center, and he was like, okay, well, oh yeah, we're partying, dude. It's like it really felt like kind of that part of it was still there,
Sure.
just minus the alcohol and drugs, you know.
And the truth is, I have a ton more fun
Yeah.
in sobriety than I do. The fun stopped when I was like 17, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even remember the last time it was fun.
Right.
So yeah, it became a full-time job that wasn't paying very well. So yeah, I have a lot more fun in sobriety than I did before.
Right.
Sounds like you guys do too.
I think
Yeah.
I want to take a moment though, because another piece, the Phoenix really works to kind of break the stigma around sobriety, and one piece that's really important to us is our the community, right? Like
Sure.
not our Phoenix community, but also just like the Dallas community, right?
Yes, yeah.
Our partnerships and gyms that open their doors to us and donate their space is incredible. Ninja Nation letting us come in, the rock climbing gyms, Four Down, Summit, Mental Giants, and CrossFit Odyssey. We have like an endless list of organizations that
Yeah.
And I love how it all works,
Partners.
because it's not like it's a competition. Like,
It's
ooh,
not.
the Phoenix. Oh, we've got cool stickers and we're over here. I mean, y'all are doing
Do have
stuff
cool
with
stickers.
Skate Straight. So By the way, I guess I should go ahead and do this. I'm making this a tradition now,
Well,
and
the
the
sticker.
placing of the sticker.
dun dun dun.
Okay, so
Sorry,
where do you
While
want it?
he's-
Where do you
while
want
he's
it?
doing
Or do you?
it.
Oh no, here,
No,
wait.
that's it.
I will
That's
I will actually have somebody from the Phoenix place it
Ooh.
on the laptop.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Aaron.
Uh oh, no, not there. God. Okay. Cool.
But no, it's a huge point.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of help. The best way, I have no real explanation for how I'm sitting here sober. I really don't.
Yeah.
I battled so long and so hard trying to get that way.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it just sort of happened. But the best explanation I have is I got there with a lot of help.
Sure.
Help.
Yeah.
And help from the community for a group like the Phoenix. I mean, it's a big deal. I doubt there's many families out there that aren't struggling or having someone in the family who's struggling or whatever. I mean, you want to talk about a pandemic? There's a pandemic.
Well,
going
yeah,
on.
and I definitely think that the toughest part for me was being honest with myself and realizing and actually going, yeah, okay, hey, you got a problem. Because I still went into rehab thinking I drink too much, sure, but not really a problem. I mean, destroying your dresser made of mirror front, passing out on the decks, 4 or 5 times.
Sounds like they had a problem.
Yeah, dude, exactly. They didn't know how to time the party right.
Yeah. They didn't know how to adapt to your
my scheduling.
to your nonsense.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
No,
it
but
is.
yeah, it's huge.
So yeah, and I mean, it's just, I think, if there's somebody out there listening, it's fun to dip your big toe, like I say, into an event like this. I mean, you can go to an online AA meeting. There are tons and tons of sober things going on, and it's so funny. I like to say this. I didn't realize that, once I got sober, then I'm like, well, where was all this cool stuff when I was effed up,
Yeah.
It was like, and I didn't realize it's like this secret society that just unveiled itself after I got sober.
Secret society that's in no way secret.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was just a
Been
secret
waiting
to
there the
me
whole time.
because, because I was in
No, there's a way in for anybody. I know I say that all the time, but it's just really important that is.
I got a good.
people hear that and
I've got a good AB, Marlo Erin. So anybody out there looking to get sober, or maybe you can give us from the younger perspective, and you can give us from the young
Slightly
lady
less young.
perspective. Slightly
You're
less
still
young.
young.
Yeah, I know, right?
thought
So
she
what
was
would you
mine.
what would you say? What would you recommend to somebody out there that's listening to if they want help or if they think they have a problem?
Yeah. Where to start?
Just reach out. Like, our information is going to be posted. It's all online. Just
And do you have somebody that they
Don't
can
be
actually
afraid, like-
interact with, like they can
Oh,
actually
yeah.
talk
if
to?
If you reach out to us, it's going to be one of us. It's all in person. There's no.
And that's just even
automated-
like a message on Facebook. It'll
Right.
be y'all admin the
actually us.
page. Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I know, that first step through the door is the hardest one, but once you're through it, there's this community waiting for you. And we're going to fight for you and be there for you in
Darn
any
right.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I know it's just like there's so much passion, and you really feel it when you're rooting for somebody because because we were all underdogs, and everybody loves to root for an underdog.
Yeah.
And now that we're on the other side, we want to bring everybody with us.
Yeah, that when I was introduced to recovery, that was the thing that was apparent straight off the top. Is like, all right, these people are in my corner.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
This is
Yeah.
this is the real, and they're not getting paid to be in my corner.
Yeah.
They just
And-
are in it.
And our big thing is that we are safe and supportive and inclusive, and that's kind of the main tenet we run by. So anybody that reaches out to me and is a little tentative about attending, I just emphasize, hey, I'm going to be there with you. I'm literally going to be there, so
Yeah.
you know me. It's already, you're already halfway through the door.
There you go.
Mhm.
And then, once they get there, our community really does just, we become friends. We're family.
Mhm.
And we welcome all the newcomers
Yeah.
openly. Yeah.
Right.
Very cool.
And did you have anything, Marla?
I would just add in terms of like people knowing their resources, right? So if someone comes to us and maybe they're not ready to come to a Phoenix event yet, but they're seeking other help. Like we have those resources to give out, and having people understand like there isn't just one clear-cut path
Yeah.
to sobriety, right?
Yeah.
Like, there isn't a written way that you have to go through this process, and some things work for some people, some things don't. Everyone kind of gets
Yeah.
there in different ways, shapes, and forms, and that's one thing that's nice about the Phoenix is no matter how you got there, you're welcome, right?
Right.
So,
I've got one a fun activity just came to my head. Okay, so you guys tell me, like, since you've been with the Phoenix, what's your favorite thing, like, or you've seen, like, even an individual, obviously you don't have to use their name, but just like one thing that sticks out in your mind that was like really touched you, that made you glad you were doing what you were doing. Is there one? I mean, I know there's probably 9 million and I'm putting you on the spot, but that's how I roll.
I have been touched by so many people. My biggest blessing that I've had so far, I spent a lot of time in treatment centers. So actually in the inpatient, working out. So seeing those people come to Phoenix events after they leave
For
me
sure.
is
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So
really-
you made an impact on them, and you know
that
they
makes me
seek
feel
you
like
out.
we're doing
Yeah.
something right,
Sure.
you know? So I think that more than any one person's story or something that I've
Right.
heard,
Mhm.
it's such a conjunction of all those things. Like
Right.
every
Ooh.
single person I've crossed paths with has personally affected me positively.
I did like the word conjunction.
See
So I was
that?
kidding.
So do you
I
guys-
like that one.
yeah.
That was 4.0
So do you guys
right there.
go-
That was.
Do you guys
Harvard.
go into inpatient treatment centers for like exercise or?
Yeah.
Y'all
Okay.
actually go and scoop them up, right? And take them to do activities as
climbing.
well? Yeah. Rock
Yeah,
climbing. That's
combination.
how cool is that?
Yeah, different treatment centers, different rules and I'm
Sure.
sure Corona throws a weird wrench into
Right.
some of this. But
Well, okay, so let's hear from you. Like, do you have anything
Well-
specific that sticks out, or just a general?
Honestly, that story I told earlier about
Yeah.
the woman that approached me in rock climbing.
Sure.
She's become a regular.
That's great.
And then on top of that, like, I got to introduce so many sober people to rock climbing, and now they're members of the rock climbing gym.
Yeah.
And to be able to share that in sobriety,
Yeah, your
It-
passion for it. Yeah.
yeah.
it makes me so happy.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah, you know, I was just thinking, like, I think a lot of people assume that support communities like the Phoenix or Alcoholics Anonymous or whatever, you know, are just like sitting around a table and patting each other on the back, like, hey, don't drink today,
Right,
or
sure.
whatever. You know, I mean, you have this idea, but it's about a lot of action. It's about getting to work and, like, you know, having fun together. I think that love is not just like words, you know. Love is showing up and going into the inpatient treatment centers and taking them out rock climbing and answering the phone and trying to get them to their first, you know what I mean? There are these actions, these outward
It's
actions.
words words without action is futile.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, wait! You just queued up the song,
Yeah.
Kath. I think, good
and
job,
we're done.
JP, and that's it. That's it.
We end it with love, I guess. I
Yeah,
don't
no. How much longer do we have, Kath?
about 10 minutes.
10? 10?
Oh,
Is that 10 minutes? Is
several?
that?
No.
That's cool. That's whatever. That's
About 5 minutes or
whatevs.
so.
By the way, I did want to mention that I enjoy saying the word carabiner.
Oh, me too.
That's a fun
so
one.
random.
I'm like that. I was thinking about that. She was talking about rock climbing, and I'm over here going, oh, carabiner. That's a fun word.
You know, I got to get out and do some rock climbing. I used to
yeah.
do that a little bit, and
Amongst
I
your
loved-
semi-pro soccer career, right,
whatever.
Nolan? Yeah.
I was a mess, is what I was. But one of the mess steered its way toward rock climbing for a little bit. Love the silos out in Carrollton. Is that still there?
It's gone. I just
Oh,
looked it up
man.
the other day. They
Closed
closed.
down.
That was a
Yeah.
wicked rock climbing
Yeah.
gym. It was these grain silos. You know, the big grain silos, and the inside of them were all just, oh man, it was awesome.
Oh man, it was awesome.
It was awesome.
Bro.
You'll have to come out to Summit Plano sometime.
Okay.
It's epic.
Yeah, I haven't been in, I don't know, I'm 39, so.
Are you doing the female thing? Are you actually
16,
42 and
17
you're
years?
saying you're 39?
I don't know.
You can't remember.
Some of those years are a blur, so
Right.
it's possible.
So there's the
They didn't
yeah.
count. Right.
Yeah, they didn't count.
It's like the whole alcohol.
fair.
No, it's the alcoholic years are kind of like dog years,
Yeah,
kind
something.
of thing. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I gotcha.
No, yeah, it's been a long time since I did that, but it's a lot of fun.
Well, so
It's
let's
fun.
talk about, like, do y'all have any like super events coming up or big ones? Oh,
I have
oh,
one I really
I've
wanna-
got,
You
got
two.
this.
Two.
Excuse
You got
me.
two.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so we're having a winter 5K and
Right.
a nation drive.
Okay.
We're partnering up with Back on My Feet, and we are being hosted by Dallas Running Club.
Okay.
Company, I'm sorry.
Okay. Now,
Dallas
where is
Running
that located again? I
Dallas
missed
Running
it.
Company.
It is in the shops at Legacy in Plano.
Ah,
Um,
nice.
so-
That's where it starts from, and then you guys.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So we're gonna do that 5K out there on the 19th at 8 a.m. and it is benefiting the Phoenix House. So
Okay.
we're asking for material donations, stocking stuffers. That
And
sort
just
of
real quick, what is the Phoenix House?
The
It's
Phoenix
obviously
House
to
is
do
a
with the
youth-
Phoenix group.
Not
right?
our group.
No?
Actually.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh.
No. It is
Similar
actually
name.
separate. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
Sure.
It is a youth recovery program.
Okay.
that we're working
Ah,
with. Yeah. One
okay.
of the first ones we're working with. So.
Okay.
So if they want to participate in that 5K, do they need to register on?
We can get you registered if you just show up. So I'd rather you show up than feel like you can't.
Yeah,
because
then
you
not-
didn't
yeah.
register.
Then
Yeah.
think about it and talk yourself out of it.
Right, right. So
Just get there.
Just show up, or if you feel ambitious, sign up on
Yeah.
thephoenix.org.
And people do walk 5Ks. You can walk.
I will
you
be
can
I
walk.
will be walking.
There you go.
I will be walking.
You can walk and run. You can.
And then you
whatever
said you had a second event as well? Big one?
Yes, on the same day at noon, we're having a women's retreat.
Oh, I'll be there.
Shout out to all the women.
Yeah. So we're starting with a speaker from Nexus, Nikki
Okay.
Prince.
Okay.
She'll be joining us, and the Ruby Room is hosting us, which is just a dance fitness studio.
Okay.
Cool.
And so we'll be doing some yoga, we'll be doing some biking, volleyball, and some dance fit.
Is that just for the day activity, or is it an overnight thing? Is it a
No,
retreat?
it's a
Okay.
mini retreat, so it's going to be about 3 hours.
So,
Okay,
and then
awesome.
would you say on the women's activity, is that just here and there, and then most are unisex events?
Yes,
Unisex.
I think.
I don't
these
know.
are-
Is that the
Hey, it works.
here Harvard?
I knew
What's
what
your
you
call? Is there a better one?
No, that was perfect.
Okay, there you go.
There are
Unisex.
androgynous events.
Right. You're right. Exactly. We have ones just for she-males, and yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But so I think I kind of stepped on what you were saying. But where was it again?
Oh, we're doing it at Fair Park, actually.
Nice.
So,
Fair Park, and then it's
Meet up at Gate 5.
okay, cool.
Gate 5.
Gate
Gate
5.
Gate 5. That
Sounds
sounds
ominous.
like, hey, I think my dealer used to hang out at Gate 5.
At Gate 5.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Sounds ominous.
Right.
Okay, so the dates on that again, just
Everything.
It's both of those events are on the 19th. The run is at 8, and the women's retreat is at noon.
okay. Awesome.
Busy day.
Busy
Okay.
day.
Yeah,
Sounds like
it
a lot of
sounds
fun.
busy. And then what do y'all have anything today, or do y'all just start tomorrow,
What do
or?
we have today?
Oh, today we're making vision boards.
Where is that?
Yeah, we'll be in Plano. At New Roads, it's a outpatient.
Is it on this calendar here?
Yeah, so the art nights we do every Friday at 6 o'clock. They kind of alternate what we're doing, but
Okay.
tonight we're doing vision boards. So
Ah, cool.
yeah, when you sign up online, we text you out like the
We
exact
start
address.
bombing you with
We
email.
just start spamming.
Get out here. Get off your
We
ass.
won't
Quit.
spam you, but
This Nigerian prince needs money.
There you go.
yeah, I call from a main number, so everyone's like, "Who is this telemarketer? Get
Right.
her away from me."
Click on this extremely long, complex link with
All right,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
open this file and
something. No, just
something like that. But so yeah, I mean, because it's always like whenever I talk to her on Saturday, she's like, "Okay, well, I've got to go to," and she's like off to the next thing. So it sounds like y'all are doing stuff all the time.
Our weekends are busy. We do something every night. Sometimes multiple events between Dallas and Fort Worth. But there's something going on every night and a lot going on the weekends.
Cool. Are you going to be out at Skate Straight tomorrow?
I can't because I'm always with Turtle Creek on Saturdays. So I'm
just
not
kidding.
slacking.
You'll be there
off.
though.
I'll be there.
I'm not a
She'll be
yogi
there.
though. So
Oh,
you
really?
You don't want me out there anyway. I'm very impatient. And,
Right. What is this meditation?
like, don't tell me to breathe.
Right.
I'll breathe when I want to breathe.
I breathe.
There you go.
I make my own rules.
No, you get a yeah. You don't even have the Boston accent.
I'm a
Oh,
big-
I'm
I
a
bet I bet we could get it out. Bring
when
it out.
I'm angry.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
it comes
I've
out.
heard
Then
it
it
a few
comes out.
times.
The hands.
Hold on, and then I gotta ask: were you a fan of the New Kids on the Block? She doesn't even know who they are.
No.
Way off. Way off.
Yeah, of course.
No, but
Hey,
yeah,
they're
there you
from
go.
Boston. They're from
That's right.
Dorchester.
Dorchester.
No, it's the same with my Texas accent. I get that a lot. They're like, you don't even have an accent.
Oh
I'm like,
yeah. Well, we
I
all
can-
wear cowboy hats.
I can turn it
yeah.
on if I need to.
I haven't even
We need to
really
be
heard
charming,
a
we can do
howdy
that.
yet.
Right. That's
need it.
funny. That's funny. Well, okay. So once again, y'all's address where they can reach y'all, or I mean, besides every social media platform known to man,
Thephoenix.org.
Got it.
thephoenix.org. What does that mean?
It's on the screen. is
It's
what
on the
that
screen.
means.
Okay,
Link.
it's on the screen right there.
Badass technology.
There
Yeah.
you go, dude. We've
I
got
like it. I like
we've got JP in the house on production now. Holler.
Hey, hey, hey.
From the lovely JP Kathy and the crew. By the way, shout out to them and their lovely network for having us on here.
Yeah, sounds like on all
Yeah.
the social media platforms, the website. Is there
Our
phone number
numbers,
even?
our numbers are on there.
Yeah.
Easiest way to get questions answered. That's probably
Cool. Do you
Always
wa-
accessible.
Would you like to give your personal phone number out too?
it's on. Unfortunately, it's on the
Right.
calendar.
Oh, gee. Well, don't tell. Okay,
Yeah.
creepers. You didn't hear that.
Creepers,
Yeah.
No creeping. No
Just-
creeping.
No creeping, please.
But and then I was also going to just say while we're doing the whole plug thing, obviously we're brought to you by Summer Sky, so thank you
Summer
very
Sky in
much.
Stephenville, Texas.
Yes,
Treatment
lovely,
center,
lovely, lovely.
Affordable, wonderful place.
And then also I've been having a lot of people been having, is that correct?
you been having.
I've been having. Okay,
been
yeah,
having.
I have been having.
There it is.
I've had people reach out to me.
Very
Just
regal.
via Facebook and all that good stuff. And just keep on doing that because if I can't help you personally, I guarantee you, I can point you in a direction. And if you want show ideas or anything like that, or you can think of somebody that'd be a good guest, or if you want to be a guest, I mean, it's all on the
We can talk
table,
about it.
and we can talk about it. So go to thispinkcloud.com, and then also get your Lone Star shirts at djkellyreverb.com. And then, Nolan, did you want to say anything?
No, just that's a good way to wrap it up. That's
Right.
the power in community. If
Yeah.
I haven't been through it personally, someone else has. We can find somebody that.
Right.
has that
And then I want to
experience
give a
as well.
shout out to Marlo,
Thanks for coming on,
Erin,
guys.
the Phoenix Dallas. Thanks for
Thank
coming
you
out. And
so much.
and remember, there is no magic pill for sobriety, because if there was, we would all take too many. There you go. Got my tagline.
Yo, everybody listen up, alright? I want everybody's attention. The next song will be played for fine.